Boom, monkeys. Welcome back to the Crypto Boogie channel. I'm glad to be here tonight on this Thursday night. We've got a couple things to cover, man. I actually was going to go live tonight. I was like, what the hell, man? Freaking Phantom released or they're about to release a brand new stable coin. So I was like, hey, why not talk about it, if anything? Don't have a lot of data on that, but I do know they will be launching tomorrow, which will make it more available for consumers out there if they ever do want to buy that token. Shout out to the first Moon Ganger in the chat. Mr. Freaking Large and in charge. Love it. Hey, I'm glad you're here, homie. We've got my amigo here, Moonpill Rational Optics. Friendly reminder, hit that like button. That is correct, guys. Go ahead and subscribe as well. We got my amigo here, the hardest working trucker in America, freaking Tex-Mex. Present. And we got my other homie over here, Centurion 54X. What's up, fellas? What's popping, crew? What's going on, man? So yeah, tokens we're going to cover today, as you guys can see in the hashtags below. We've got, well, let's see if we have time for all of it, man. I covered IOV yesterday, so I may not cover today. We are going to cover Bitcoin. I do want to cover Fame. Dude, I can't help but mention, dude, Fame is at a fabulous freaking price. So I do want to be a little bit redundant about it. So you cats, make sure you get your freaking hands in it. You know what I'm saying? I haven't done a PulseX freaking chart review, so I definitely want to hit up PulseX. Of course, you guys know that every time I go live, with the exception of something going wrong or doggone people having to freaking get out real fast and stuff, I have to end the stream early. I always cover Pulse Chain. We're also going to hit up a little bit of Escoat, see how it's doing. And of course, we have to hit up some Jewel, man. We do have to hit up some Jewel. We'll see what the deal is, if we'll hit up ETH or Illuvium, man. But first and foremost, we got a badass freaking meme today, or a badass skit. For you guys that are Gen Xers, bro, or some of you boomers, or some of you older millennials, you guys will remember this show. This show was a freaking classic. And that is none other than, let me see. That is Married with Children. I'm sure you cats remember that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? This show made me freaking laugh, bro. No holds barred, you know what I'm saying? So let's hit out the first video of the day. This shit made me freaking roll. Hopefully it'll make you guys roll too, man. Wake you up a little bit for my stream, and we go live, son.
But am I invisible?
Possibly from Pluto.
I want a balloon.
You've already got one.
Jumping must have expanded my foot.
And I see you must have fallen on your butt a time or two.
How dare you say that to my face?
Well, I'd say it behind your back, but my car's only got half a tank again.
Just about had enough of you.
Well, you wouldn't say that if I came with fries and a medium drink. You know medium, the size between small and you.
Up our way, 2, 4, 6, 8, go get fun. Up our way.
1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna fall through the floor.
I think you're going. Aren't you open?
Sorry, ma'am, but unlike your mouth, we occasionally close.
With this attitude, you're going to be working here for the rest of your life.
Well, take a gander into the seat next to you if you want to see what your future looks like.
Come, Penelope. Let's go someplace where they treat us with respect.
Try the moon, you'll weigh less now. Well, let me explain. See, it's just like an elevator. There's a 2-ton weight limit on this shit.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Let's say I nail the soles directly to your feet. It'll give you more traction when you're pulling the ice wagon.
You will be hearing from my attorney.
Is that the law offices of Hagen and Dodds?
You're in my son. I'm trying to get an all-over tan.
Well, you're asking a lot of the sun.
Excuse me, do you have any pumps in my size?
Yes, I do, but the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Shoes would not allow me to sell them.
Well, I hope you get coal in your stocking on Christmas morning.
And I hope you get slim fast in yours. Now, we're about to have our Christmas party here, so would you mind eggnogging on out?
Oh my gosh, dude. They don't make shows like this no more, bro. They don't make, maybe South Park, bro. Maybe freaking South Park, bro. Shit like that. Hey, you're right. Hey, man, shout out to you, Black Label Expat, man. This show could not air in 2024. I concur, man. The 90s were something else, man. I lived a little bit through the 80s, bro, and I lived a little bit, and I did experience a lot of the 90s, bro. And I gotta say, man, the 80s and the 90s were amazing, bro. The 90s were a little bit better than the 80s, but the 80s were pretty damn dope, bro. I think that's when we got some of the best shows out there, dude. And it was still fucking, how do I say this, man? Things were rarer back in the day, man. The availability of things were rarer, obviously, because we didn't have internet and stuff like that. We didn't have something called a freaking cell phone and things of that nature, man. So yeah, I concur with you, bro. That show could not air in 2024. Tell me about it, bro. Tell me about it, homie. Freaking, let's move on to the first token of the day, which is boring ass freaking Bitcoin, or the first coin of the day, because it's not really a token. And we are viewing Bitcoin. Current value is at 67,768. Yesterday, I was live with some of the cats in the DGen Roundtable, Nate McGettit and Will Stevenson, and we slightly covered this a little bit. And it does seem, as stated, man, we're hitting this box area, and we're probably going to bounce back up. I do think we will compromise this area of approximately 73,794. That's not going to be too difficult to do, man. As far as our 60-day cycle goes, at the time being, it seems that we are on about day 16 if you include the UTC candle. If we activate our EMA ribbon, dude, we are definitely bouncing on that area of support, and we've since crossed into the middle, but now we're bouncing back up to the upper side, if anything. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as the Bollinger Bands goes, what are the Bollinger Bands saying? Dude, we got plenty of room to run to the upside. I would not surprise when we come back up over here to the first deviation. I have about 72,761. I don't know how far away we are from the Bitcoin halving. I think Twinkie had sent me a video on this via freaking doggone freaking Twitter. Let me see if I could activate it for you cats. I want to show you guys where the current Bitcoin halving, how far it is away from us freaking hopping on board with that. Let me see. Sorry, cats. I wish I had this shit ready for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. And let's look at the Bitcoin halving, dude. We're only about 15 days away for the Bitcoin halving. So if we go over that freaking to that freaking timer, you could see that we're only 15 days away, 3 hours, 7 minutes, and 55 seconds, dude. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna dip anytime soon, especially as we continue into this halving. I think we'll probably end up getting bullish. Maybe we'll get a little bit of a dip because some people will sell the news after the halving occurs. So it said there that we're 15 days away. So let's look back at the chart. Let's see what it'll look at. Let's see what day it will be in approximately 15 days. So we go back to Bitcoin here and we take our measuring tool at about 15 days. So add 15 days from today, that would put us at about 31 days. That's halfway through the cycle. And that would be approximately April 20th. So somewhere around here is where we're going to be at. I'm assuming we'll be a little bit higher, and I would not be surprised if we bounce back down here and we go back to our original area of our all-time high now, which is 74612. So it'll look a little bit like this. And this is only speculation, cats. I'm not guaranteeing this shit will happen. So I'm expecting it to possibly, let's say it does bounce up. We go up all the way to the 15th. Then we'll probably come back down here, retrace. Let me go ahead and freaking draw that a little bit better for you guys. That looked like shit. So we'll probably end up running all the way up over here into price discovery. And then when we come down here on the 15th, we'll probably retrace down to this area here. And we'll bounce off this area of support immediately. That's what I think will end up happening. So it'll look something like that, man. You know what I mean? Now, how far can we go? I would have to run Fibonacci on it. I mean, I don't really want to guess on this shit. It would not surprise me we're at $85,000 Bitcoin around that time frame before we come retrace over here, or maybe even break down and revisit this area of about 65. That wouldn't really surprise me, man. But people will take advantage of it, and they will try to sell the news on your cats. But I mean, right now is a good time to get still get some tokens. I did cover some of them yesterday. They were at a fabulous price, and the day prior I even covered more, and they're still at a great price, if anything. Now let's see the sucker on the weekly, man. Let's see what it looks on the weekly like. Now, on the weekly, it does seem, well, I do actually have a chart for this shit. Let me show you, cats. Let's go over here. I think it's this one. There you go. So that makes a lot more sense. You guys can clearly see how it's doing with its Elliott wave. So we came down here from a 0 to 1 to 2. We went from 2 to 3, and we're now working on the 4 to 5. And the 5 will be price discovery, of course. Now, I do have it a little bit more bullish here. So let's say we make this a weak-ass 5 at about 86,000. It would not surprise me if we come back down here. Now, what could end up happening is that we do end up pumping to the upside, something like this nature. We come back down, we go back up, and then we retrace into it, and it'll look something like that. Nevertheless, we are hitting 85,000, I think at least, or 82 or 83. We should be getting a new all-time high for Bitcoin, man. And once that happens, bro, the media is going to be knee-deep in this shit. You know what I'm saying? So now that we covered freaking doggone Bitcoin, let's move on to something I wanted to cover yesterday, man, and that is DOT. Now, DOT is one of those tokens, bro, that I regret not getting. Mind you, I was too busy buying Phantom. I was too busy buying PulseX. I was too busy buying Pulse Chain. I was too busy buying Jewel, man. I really didn't have any funds to allocate into freaking doggone Polkadot. But Polkadot is one of those tokens that I wish I had gotten into because it is a layer 0. And I do think that interoperability between freaking tokens or chains is going to be very important. Now, people have argued that Chainlink is similar to this, even though it's not a layer 0, and a lot of people are bullish on Chainlink. I think Miguel was stating that usually the Chainlink people, they dump on your head, man. Now, the reason I do think Polkadot's going to do really freaking good, if anything, man, is because Gavin Wood runs it, man, and he knows the people at Davos. So let's check out that chain. Let's see how freaking Polkadot's doing. A little bit of dot in the game, son. Put the sucker on the daily. Now, DOT is actually at a pretty damn decent buying price if you think of it right now, man. I didn't notice this. I had drawn up this Elliott wave cycle for it, dude. All of it played out perfect. I'm sure you cats can see that. And you even have a little bit of an ABC wave playing out. So you've got the A, the 0, the A, the B, and the C wave. So C wave could possibly come down here where we're at right now, which is at about $8.22, or we could break down slightly a little bit lower to about $8.38. So this thing is playing perfect with the freaking ABC wave or the corrective wave with the Elliott wave. And if you cats haven't gotten some Polkadot, mind you, my bags are pretty packed, and I could have had it a lot cheaper, bro. Right now is really not a bad time to get it, monkeys. It is at a great value. I think Polkadot's going to do really, really well. Do I think it's going to run as hard as Solana and Illuvium? No, I don't think it's going to run as hard. But I think if they do freaking manage to create something, well, they have created Polkadot, but if they manage to show stuff off on Polkadot as to what it can do and they start freaking connecting some chains, bro, I think Polkadot can really make a freaking run to the upside. Now, I am hoping that Kusama does very well along with Polkadot, and I'm sure it will because it is its sister chain. And that will give you arbitrage opportunities or ratio trading opportunities between both tokens. Miguel was really big on that. I know my homie over there, Moonpill Rational Optics, bro. He used to use the Fearless wallet, but now he's running something different on it. But this is the Polkadot token. Now, let's check to see what it's doing like on the weekly. But before we do that, you can see that we bottomed out here on day 15 of its 20-day cycle. So could it go lower? Yeah, it can. Maybe it'll bottom out here at about day 21, which would be April 10th. But I think we're pretty much done, man, if anything. And this lower portion here, where we got to, which was approximately $8.26, is very close to this area over here of a set of candles, which is $8.18, and slightly below $8.42. So that's really at a good value where it's at right now. Let's see what the sucker looks like on the weekly, man. Let's see what it looks like on the weekly, son. 1 week. And yeah, you can still see the Elliott wave running up over there, man. I'm saying it's very apparent. Now, once DOT does start running back to the upside, first area, immediate area, we do have to compromise is this 866. And then we have to come back up over here to about 1050, 1025, and then hit up this area of about 1190. And the cool thing about it, that once we hit that area of about 1190, we can run all the way up over here, man, to about 1833, and then all the way back to 2218. The high that I do have for DOT on its all-time high is about 55 bucks, give or take, man. This thing can do about, I'd say 150 bucks. I think it easily do that, man. It is a safe play. It is a little bit more boring of a play, but I would rather hold this shit than freaking boring-ass Cardano, man. And I tell you one thing, dude, I'd rather be holding Bitcoin than Cardano, bro. I know Cardano probably does very well, bro, but shit, man, that freaking token bores the living daylights out of me, dude. At one point in time, I did hold that freaking token, and dude, I dumped that shit. I dumped that shit along with VeChain, bro. Now, mind you, this was the times before I knew about the crypto mindset and Miguel and Charlie, and before I learned as much as I do about crypto today. You know what I'm saying? Now, if we look at this on the weekly and we activate our EMA on the daily and we activate our EMA ribbon, let's go ahead and freaking zoom out on this shit. You could tell that we are tightening up. So I'm not expecting a lot of movement in the immediate time frame before we start running to the upside, for the reason being that this EMA ribbon is tightening up a little bit and we are below it, which is an area of resistance. And that area to begin with is at about $8.94. Now, if we don't use our support resistance lines, the immediate area that I'm seeing here as an area of support would be here about 739. Now, that will be dope, and it would be an amazing buying opportunity. If we activate our other moving averages, you could see that we're currently on the 100-day moving average, and we're holding that line of support right now. Now, if we do run to the upside, we will have to beat the 50 moving average, and that is the top portion of the EMA ribbon for this bad boy. You know what I'm saying? So that's the deets I've got on freaking DOT. Let me go and turn this shit back on. Let's check out what the chat is saying. Oh, look at that shit, man. We got the ascending man himself, the fucking GOAT. Hey, what's popping, homie? How you doing, dude? Glad to see you're up so late, if anything, man. So, yeah, now that we've covered a little bit of freaking of DOT, let's see if we have some freaking phantom here for you cats. I didn't have the freaking chart prep for you, but nevertheless, let me get it ready for you cats. Because I do know that you suckers are bullish on FTM. And I got the chart right here ready to go for you monkeys. Let me turn this shit off. Boom. And let's look at the sucker on the weekly first. Put this bad boy on the weekly, son. Boom. Look at that shit. Oh, wow, man. I hadn't picked up on that. So let's go over to the freaking phantom chart, man. Now, on the phantom chart, this is the weekly, by the way. We're at approximately 82 cents. We did get a bearish engulfing candle to the downside, and it does look that we could continue dipping, but with the data and the news that just came out, man, I don't think we will probably go more. But if we do, immediate area that we do have as support is here at about 57 cents. I'm hoping that we do go back down there, so it's a buying opportunity for you cats. I know a lot of people are going to lose their minds if that shit happens, but when people get scared, that's when we buy. Now, if we activate our moving averages on the weekly, you could see that the closest one that we do have is the 200-day moving average, was at about 56 cents, and that's close to the area I had mentioned at about 52 cents. So that would make a lot of sense. Now, let me turn these off, and let's check to see how we're doing on the EMA ribbon. The EMA ribbon has a support level of about 57 cents. So it's all leading up to this immediate area right here, what I'm noticing, man. And that's what I'm picking up. So in this immediate area right here, we have a shitload of support, especially on the weekly, if anything. So now let's go back to the daily. Let's see what the daily entails, man. Let me turn off this fucking EMA ribbon and shit. Now, on the daily, it does seem that we do have more support and resistance, especially over here at about 84 cents. And then if we come down here, that would put us at about 70 cents. Now, every candle does represent a day for you cats that don't know a lot about freaking technical analysis. And if we do revisit that area, that would be a good buying opportunity. If we activate our EMA ribbon during the freaking daily, you can see that we're halfway through it. But you see that we've got about 3 days of consolidating, or we're oscillating sideways, and that entails that the EMA ribbon is doing its job and it's holding up the value of phantom. And it could be we could start running back to the upside. Now, areas we do have to compromise in the immediate time frame, I've already drawn it out for you cats, and that would be at about $1.64, give or take. Once we beat $1.64, let me turn off this EMA ribbon. Or once we start running back to the upside and we beat this area, we don't have much freaking resistance except here at about $1.64. And then if we put this again on the weekly and we review that shit on the weekly, you can see that we don't have a lot of freaking resistance to the upside except here $1.64, and then we can run up to our all-time highs and revisit this area of about $3.48, man. Now, Phantom did state, the Phantom Foundation did state that they did release they're going to release a freaking doggone token tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Doggone stable coin. And that is something called USDE. And from my understanding, USDE used to be available on AVAX as well. But usually what happens before they end up launching anything like that, like USDE, before they end up launching the complete stable coin, they go through the beginning process of USDE. That's the way I understood it, and that's the way I read it. You know what I'm saying? So once people get used to this, then they're going to end up bridging over native USDC, and it'll be more available on the Phantom ecosystem. So I'll read a little bit about this shit. This is on the Phantom Foundation's freaking Twitter. They did state, we are excited to announce that Phantom's canonical stablecoin, USDCE, will launch tomorrow on April 5th, supported by Circle and Wormhole. USDE CE on Wormhole is bridged from native USDC located in a smart contract on Ethereum and holds the potential to be upgraded to native USDC in the future. So there you go. It will be the official endorsed stablecoin of the Phantom ecosystem and all the future network upgrades. The initiative reduces liquidity fragmentation, introduces stability, and provides additional on-ramps onto the ecosystem. By leveraging the Wormhole native token transfer, standard USDCE will be available to all users and developers on Phantom. So there you go, cats. So if you guys want to see this freaking tweet, I'm going to go ahead and drop it in the chat so you guys can review that shit for yourselves. You know what I'm saying? And here you go. Boom. So make sure you guys follow them there. Let me turn off this freaking tweet. And let's check out what the chat is saying. Now, we got my amigo here, Paul Sachs, Chart Solidex. Hey, man, I would love to do that, Paul, but I don't have the chart ready, bro, and I don't want to bore people freaking setting up freaking support resistance, freaking drawing up freaking triangles and all that other shit, man. But you know what, man? I'm going to go ahead and take that into consideration, and I'll keep it on the chart next for you next time to see how it's doing, if anything, man. You know what I'm saying? We got my amiga here, Cassie Kelly. What's popping, girl? Boogie, let's go. Hey, damn straight, girl. Damn straight. We're going to kill this shit. You know what I'm saying? I do know that my homie Nate, he had stated, man, that he freaking killed it on Phantom. While he was killing it on Phantom, I was killing it on Pulse Chain, dude. I did wish I got a little bit more Phantom, though, man. When it did go for a dip, I remember it went down to 16 cents. Earlier today, I was in the freaking shower, man. I was in the freaking shower, and I was thinking, dude, man, if I had dropped $16,000 on Phantom when it was at 16 cents, that would have gotten me, like, what, 100,000 Phantom? I was daydreaming about getting that much freaking Phantom. But mind you, everybody and their mother was leaving Phantom when that shit happened. You know what I'm saying? We had freaking Beebus leave Phantom, the O Foundation, or the Byte Masons. I don't see them active there as much anymore. I do know that Liquid Driver, they transitioned over to Arbitrum. You know what I'm saying? And who else left Phantom, man? Beethoven X, or Beats. They didn't leave Phantom, but they went ahead and they transferred a portion of their liquidity over on Optimism. So people were pretty bearish on it, man. A lot of people were scared about what was going on. But then again, I can't blame them, bro. Dude, people were freaking... we had that multi-chain freaking compromise on the bridge. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't hacked. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, dude, freaking that really brought people freaking bearish. And I remember that we had this one incident back during the bull run or towards the end of the bull run where a whale, he had a liquidity pool. I don't remember how much Phantom along with Scream. And what ended up happening, because that shit occurred, the value of Phantom got dumped pretty hard. And then we had that Grim.Finance freaking hack. So, dude, it was just problem after problem after problem after problem. And I think the icing on the cake, bro, or the cherry on top, was when they went ahead and they freaking stole funds from the freaking multi-chain bridge, or the sister or the owner of the multi-chain bridge. And then it was taken by doggone freaking the cats and the Chinese freaking Communist Party But turns out that Michael Kong did manage to get his funds back, or he is going to get rewarded his funds back, which is pretty cool. I would like to see freaking the Bite Masons come back into Phantom. I think that'd be pretty damn dope. And I'm looking forward to this freaking Sonic upgrade that we're going to get, man. Now, I'm still having a hard time understanding this shit. Maybe I have to do a little bit more of a deep dive. People were saying that they expect it to be an L2. But I had heard some cats say, no, it's not an L2, man. We're just using L2 technology on the bridge to bridge over. So I'm assuming that Phantom Sonic's going to be a different chain. I don't fully know yet. Let me dive deeper into it, and I'll get you cats a better answer, if anything, you know what I'm saying? And then we got Paul Sachs here. Axis said earlier, part of the cycle to swim with the whales. So, yeah, man. And that's what was going on with Phantom and shit like that. So, speaking of Phantom, and you guys have heard me talk about this freaking meme token over and over again, and that is none other than S-Goat. Let's see how the S-Goat is doing, man. I got the chart up. We did have a little bit of a pump today. So if I put the sucker on the 4-hour chart, it does seem that we're getting a little bit of a freaking cup and handle here, if anything. And we hit here, we're retracing back, which is supposed to be normal before we rally again. So it looks a little bit like this. See if I get the drawing tool. I don't have the drawing tool ready here for you cats. Let me see if I can get it for you guys. But that's what I'm noticing here, guys. We are getting a little bit of a cup and handle on the 4-hour chart. Boom. Got it there. So you can see that we started up over here, and we came down. We pulled back a little bit, and it seems we're going to start rallying up again. So the next area we do have to compromise is at about 43 cents. The current value right now is at about 39 cents. Now, the all-time high for S-Goat, let's see where it's at, man. And I don't know really if I should count this shit. Nah, I'm not going to count this shit, bro. Look at this shit. All the way up over here to 1.75 million. I don't really freaking believe it'll go back all the way up there, if anything, you know what I'm saying? But if we look at the sucker on the daily for S-Goat, it does seem that we're at about day 15. So the bottom was exactly here about day 15. If S-Goat decides to run on 20-day cycles, like the rest of the altcoins, we would be on day 1 today. So if we pull this forward all the way to day 14, you're talking about April 18th, when we could end up getting another low, all the way to about April 25th. Now, I did manage to get some S-Goat here at about 39 cents, 38 cents. I think that it's going to do very, very well. Now, mind you, it is a meme token, cats. And if you guys don't know, they do have pretty cool liquidity pools for it that pay out pretty damn well. And I'm going to prep that chart for you cats, or I'm going to prep that shit for you cats so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Yesterday, myself and Nate, along with Will, went over to the Equalizer freaking page, and we saw how much it was paying out in APR, and you're talking about close to about 250%. So if you go over here to Equalizer, this is where majority of the liquidity is at. And you can see right here that it's paired with Phantom or Wrapped Phantom, and its APR rate's at about $126.25. So it does pay pretty out. It does pay out pretty well, man. And I think it's the highest paying. Well, no, the second highest now. Now I think the other one is here, the freaking .bet freaking website that the Phantom Goat also owns, because he owns both of these. He owns the S-Goat token, and he also owns the .bet freaking token, which I think is formerly known as Tomb Plus. You know what I mean? No, it's not freaking Warbucks Harry Yay that's running this shit. You know what I'm saying, man? But nevertheless, I think it's a good project, and we are going to get an airdrop if you're holding on to the meme token of S-Goat. And the name of that token is going to be Dre. And I think that stands for Andre Cronje. And they even labeled it that way, kind of like Dr. Dre, The Chronic. Remember that old school freaking album that he released in the 90s, and they named it Dre the Sonic. You know what I'm saying? Because it is eventually going to get launched on the freaking on the Sonic Phantom freaking chain, if anything. You know what I'm saying? So those are some of the tokens that I am interested in. I'm glad I got plenty of freaking Phantom and some S-Goat. Let's see what else we got, man. Fuck it. Let's hit up a little bit of Illuvium, son. Let's see how Illuvium's doing. And I wasn't going to share Illuvium because I talked about it yesterday, but I can't negate the fact that this sucker is at a great value, man. And that is at approximately 120 bucks, if anything. You see. Oh, oops, wrong chart, monkeys. Let me get you over to freaking Illuvium, son. See what ILV is doing, homie. Let me get that prep for you, monkeys. Where is the fuck is ILV, son? Let me see. Right there. Present, share screen. And ILV's current value is at about $121.88. Doesn't seem like it's at a bad value right now, man. Put the sucker on the daily. And I'm sure you guys can see that I've been drawing the shit out of this chart, bro, because there's too much freaking data. Now, the lowest that we did get for Illuvium was here at about day 14. And that value was at about 119 bucks. And we're trending around that area. And it does seem like we will probably bounce up from that area as we freaking dance on this one freaking support line of about 121 bucks. Now, for you monkeys that don't know, you can get this token on Coinbase. So, of course, I would never freaking advise anybody to leave their tokens on the exchange. But nevertheless, it is at an easy place to get. I remember I used to have to buy this token on KuCoin, man, then send it over to my MetaMask, if anything. So there you go, cats. This token can run up all the way to $4,000 at minimal $3,000, I think. You know what I'm saying? And its all-time high was at approximately 1,925 bucks. Now, if you really pull back on this Fibonacci retracement, shout out to Agent J, we can even go all the way up over here to about 8,600 bucks, man. So food for thought, monkeys. It's not a bad deal where it's at. And I think a lot of people are sleeping on this token. Let's see what it looks like on the weekly. Turn this off so we can get a clearer view. Now, the thing about what I'm noticing here, once we run back up all the way, dude, we have no fucking resistance, dude. All the way up to about, shit, son. Dude, we have no freaking resistance all the way up to about 520 bucks. So as soon as we break this all-time high, man, or this recent high of about 162, we can run all the way up to about 500 bucks, give or take, bro. There's not a lot of freaking resistance to the upside before we start getting into the higher areas of about $2,000. So food for thought, monkeys. This is not a bad token. That's still pretty damn lucrative. If I had extra dinero, I'd probably put it in this token. That would be me, not financial advice, cats. So food for freaking thought, son. You know what I'm saying? So ILV is definitely at a freaking badass price. Now, do me a favor, cats. Go ahead and freaking like the video, subscribe to my channel. And the next thing we got is the fragrance of the day. I was intending to show this yesterday, but the cats at the DGen Roundtable had to dip, and that is Versace, man. Oh, fresh. Now, this is a very versatile fragrance, and it's difficult to offend anybody with this shit, man. You can do close to about, I bullshit you not, you can do close to about 15 sprays of this sucker, and you're really not going to offend anybody unless you're in a plane or you're in a car, bro. But it fades out pretty damn quick. You can use this for the gym. You do get a light citrus fragrance from this, light citrus freaking scent from this, along with a little bit of woods, and it's somewhat aromatic. So it does smell pretty freaking nice, and it is pretty damn affordable. You can even get a badass deal on it. Let me show you, cats, what it runs for, man. See what the sucker runs for, son. And you can clearly see, man, that the big ass freaking bottle, which is this one, the 3.4, you could get it for about $53 if you go over here to fragrance.net. So this is a good gym time fragrance. It does not last long on you, though, man, because it is a fresh fragrance. Usually fresh fragrances don't last too long. I've heard that one cat, Jeremy Fragrance, I think he's got the most influential channel on YouTube for fragrances. He likes to put the sucker in the fridge before he sprays it on. It does smell very green. So, and it works great for the gym, man. I definitely like it. I would highly recommend it, bro. Dude, if you're trying to get somebody a Christmas gift or something like that, this is not a bad deal, dude. Or a birthday gift, you can never go wrong with this one, dude. Can you use it on date night? Yes. You're just going to have to overspray the shit out of it, bro, because it's probably going to fade out within an hour or two, bro. It does smell nice, though. Highly recommend this sucker. You know what I'm saying? So food for thought. That is the fragrance of the day, monkeys. And if I had time, I would do fragrance reviews for you cats as well, along with freaking weapons reviews like the ones I got back here and shit like that. I know YouTube's cool with the fragrance part, man, but they're not cool with the whole weapon part. Maybe Rumble is. Rumble's cool with that shit, if anything. You know what I'm saying? Now, have I ever gotten freaking compliments with this? Yes, I've gotten compliments with this sucker. But again, man, you do have to spray it a lot so it stays on your clothing or it stays on your skin because, dude, it does fade out pretty damn quick. What would I give this from a scale of 1 to 10? I would say a good 7.5. It does not smell bad. It's pretty damn good. Now, I know you guys just want freaking 10s and shit like that, 9s. But, I mean, it's at a great price, bro. And it does the job. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you don't want to spend too much money on freaking fragrance. You'd rather spend it on crypto. This is a great way to go. So food for thought, monkeys. Food for freaking thought. Let's move on to a little bit more GameFi since we covered fucking doggone Illuvium. And that is Jewel. The motherfucking Jewel token, son. Jewel's current value is at about 19 cents. I think it's at a screaming buy. Now, mind you, though, dude, Jewel is a little bit more freaking degen than Illuvium. So you are partaking in a lot more risk if you do get some of this token. And mind you, it is at a great value. And it's trending within this box. I'm sure you guys see this box here. We could retrace all the way down here to about 16 cents. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I don't think we will, though, because we do have this huge area of support over here. We've got about 1, 2, 3, almost 20 days of support that we've got clustered up right here, man. So food for thought, monkeys. We can revisit this area. If we activate our EMA ribbon, we are slightly below. And the EMA ribbon is entailing that we are going to continue bearish. And if you look closer at the chart, you can see that we did compromise that area of support of about 19 cents. So, and then we do have the 200 EMA above it, acting as an area of resistance as well. And this is blue line right here. So if we do come down here, that's even better. That's at a better buy for you cats. Let's see what this sucker looks like on the weekly. But before we do that, let's activate the Bollinger Bands, man. So yeah, we got room to travel. To even come close over here to this third standard deviation, which is kind of difficult to touch. I don't think we'll really touch that. Maybe we'll come down here to about 17 cents. Because there's where the Bollinger Support Banner is, or the second standard deviation. That'll probably be the area where we do bottom out before we start rallying again. Now, let's activate our weekly candle. Let's see what it looks like, our weekly chart on this bad boy. And you could see, man, right here, that you've got support here at about 16 cents. I don't think we'll really break below that, but the next area of support after that would be at about 14 cents before we start rallying to the upside. Now, the highest value for Jewel was at approximately 21 bucks. This chart doesn't really show you the whole details on it, and it does have a Giga Chad wick all the way to the upside here, about 46 bucks. But you can see that the body's down here to about $18, bro. I would have to go to CoinTrader.pro to show you more details on this, man. I fucking hate using that fucking that doggone charting system. So that's why I'm using this one, man. And it's pretty damn good still, man. I think it's still damn good. Next areas we do need to compromise the top side is here this immediate time frame, which is 21 cents before we come up over here and we have some support or some resistance here at about 29 cents. And then we would need to beat this area of about 35 cents. So that's where Jewel stands at right now. Now, Miguel was stating that these cats are probably going to have an expansion. They are going to have an expansion on doggone freaking Metis. I've never really messed around with the Metis freaking ecosystem, but they are going to end up having an expansion over there. And from my understanding, Metis is a pretty senior freaking chain. If we do get an expansion, keep your eyes open, guys, and learn how to mess with liquidity pools, because the liquidity pool freaking opportunities that you're going to get are going to be wild. I remember when Serendale launched on Clayton, because they migrated over from Harmony 1 over to Clayton. Dude, you were talking about APRs of about 36,000%. Of course, I understand that the numbers are not going to be super duper accurate, bro, but I made a lot of freaking Jewel token, bro, utilizing that shit. So food for thought, monkeys. If they do migrate over to freaking Metis and they make another expansion on this shit, there's going to be massive opportunities, bro, to grow to the upside and make fucking bigger bank. with DeFi Kingdoms, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, I haven't really checked the floor on heroes in about 3 weeks, give or take. And 3 weeks ago, the cheapest Gen 0 hero that I found was at about, I think, $1,600. That was the cheapest one. And it was not the original OG freaking Gen Zeros, because there was the ones that came with the original game, and then there was the expansion. You really want to stick to the original ones because those are going to be the most valuable. So there you go, cats. If it does do well, I think that's probably going to be the most lucrative thing within the DeFi Kingdoms ecosystem, and that's going to be the Gen Zeros. Mind you, I think Jewel's going to do great because Jewel is 100% deflationary. I would not be holding on to the J token or the Crystal token. Those are supposed to be a little bit like the Ink token, if anything, or the tokenomics. They're just made to be dumped on the market, and they're 100% inflationary, if anything. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's look at the chats. Let's see what the chats are saying, man. Nate saying, always here to support you, Boogie. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it, dog. Same thing with DGen Roundtable, bro. And then we got my amigo here, Black Label X-Pack. Versace Dylan Blue. Hey, you know, that's a pretty damn good one, bro. You know, one of the fragrances I've always hated that I cannot stand, Dior Sauvage, bro. I cannot freaking stand that fragrance to save my life, bro. And people say, well, no, you don't like it because everybody else wears it. No, that's not the case. I just don't like the way it freaking smells. And I have found Dylan Blue to be a direct competitor to freaking Dior Sauvage, bro. Dior Sauvage, and I think it smells a lot better than Dior Sauvage. Now, I'm talking about the conventional. I'm not talking about the elixir one, man. The elixir one smells completely different, bro, and that mother fricker is powerful, dude. Versace Dylan Blue does last a good amount of time on your skin. I've worn it before, and I own it. It's lasted on my skin of about, what, 6-7 hours, give or take? So it does last pretty well for me, man, and that is a good freaking fragrance to have, bro, the Versace Dylan Blue. You know what I'm saying? Versace is pretty damn, they're pretty damn freaking versatile when it comes to their fragrances. They got the Versace Man Eau Fresh. They got the freaking the Pour Home, and then they got that one, the one you talked about, the Dylan Blue, man. So, but they are on the affordable side. That's a cool thing. That's what I like about that shit. So let's move on to a little bit of Pulsex, monkeys. Let's see what Pulsex is doing. I haven't visited Pulsex in a while. So Pulsex, look at that, son. Pulsex is at a fabulous freaking price of about 4 zeros and a 3755. And I haven't really been measuring the days on this bad boy. No, I haven't. So here you talk about 23 days. If this is correct, I'd have to go back and prep it for you cats. Hence why I don't like freaking creating charts on the fly, man. So it does seem that we are starting a new cycle, if anything. So the dip here was at approximately day 15, if this is correct. And if I take this measuring tool and I push it forward, we're at about 4 days into its 20-day cycle. So if we push it all the way out to about day 14, you're talking about getting another low here at about April 15th. Now, that could be a higher low, or that could be even lower from here. But I think it'll probably be a higher low, if anything. Right now, it is a good price, man. It is oscillating sideways. Pulsex is one of those projects that everybody sleeps on. I think people don't take advantage of it when they should. And I think Pulsex is going to melt faces, bro. But people are taking it for freaking granted. As far as our moving averages go, the 10-day moving average is acting as an area of resistance to the upside, especially when, and it's making contact almost with this area that I drew up the resistance point of about 4 zeros and a 3.9. If we put our 50 out there, that's way, way higher. The 100 is the same shit, and the 200 is a little bit under over here. The 200 is at about 4 zeros and a 3.134, but we do have this area of support of about 4 zeros and a 3.6, and we do have this other area of support of about 3 zeros or 4 zeros and a 3.2. As far as the Bollinger Bands entails, the lower portion of the Bollinger Band is pretty much close to this area of about 4 zeros and a 3.2. So if I had extra dinero and I wasn't holding on to any Pulsex right now, would not be a bad time to DCA. I think it's at a great value. I think the FUD going around within the Hex ecosystem is awesome because it gives us a little bit more time to buy some of the freaking Pulse Chain projects, if anything. So yeah, that's currently what I am seeing on freaking Pulsex. Now, since we're talking about the Pulse Chain ecosystem, let's move on to one token that I really do like a lot, and I do want to freaking DCA more into, man. It's just fuck, dude. You can only have so much damn freaking dry powder before you throw it all into the market, dude. And there's so many damn good projects, and that is Fame. Fame's current value is exactly at about 30 cents, and we have been oscillating sideways for a little while now. You know what I'm saying? We are approaching the end of our 20-day cycle, and it does seem we're at about day 16. So we may run all the way up over here to about day 21, which would be around April 10th. So give or take around that time frame, maybe we'll come revisit this area of about 26 cents, dude. That would be freaking awesome. Now, the lowest area I have bought on Fame was at about 27 cents, and I got lucky. I managed to catch the sucker on a wick, bro. Now, you guys have heard me say this multiple times before. Wicks are so damn difficult to catch sometimes, man. So you have to end up on catching freaking candle bodies. So I remember we were down around, I think it was this area here, bro. Or I don't know where it was, but I caught it at 27 cents, and it was one of the wick bodies that I did catch. So I aped in, and then I bought some more at 30 cents, and I do intend to buy some more if it comes down here to about 27 cents again. So food for thought, cats. Now, I am using Fame, and mind you, remember, Richard Hart endorsed this freaking project. I am using Fame to go ahead and cultivate my crypto bags, especially PulseX. And from all the moving averages, the closest to it that's acting as an area of resistance is a 10-day moving average, and that value here is at about 31 cents. I don't think it'll be difficult to break out of that. Now, for us to break into this box would be a little bit more difficult, but nevertheless not impossible. And the bottom portion of that box is at about 33 cents. So food for thought, monkeys. This is a major area of support and resistance. So, again, being redundant, man, it is at a fabulous freaking value. Let's see what it looks like on the weekly. And people are scared to buy this type of shit, bro. They're scared to buy these types of tokens, dude, because it's so damn volatile. So, you could say that we did double bottom a little bit. Boom. You got this bottom here, and then you got another bottom here before we start rallying to the upside. If we turn on our moving averages, they're not even apparent, bro. The only one that's coming out is a 10-day, and that's in this area here of about 45 cents. Bollinger Bands, not much data. It is saying that we can go down to 16 cents, but we did confirm that when we saw it on the daily. I don't think we'll dip that low, though. I think we're at a good value right now. So food for thought, monkeys. This is a damn good project to get into. This and Hedron. You know what I'm saying? Now, Black Label, I know you had stated that you don't want to touch Hedron because you want to see what Alex is going to do. You are right, man. And I understand where you're taking it from a position of safety, and I ain't got no beef with that. That's actually pretty damn smart. But for you cats that are a little bit more degen, hey, dude, it is at a good value, man. It is at a damn good value, and I'm talking about the Hedron token as well. You could use both those items to cultivate your crypto bags. You know what I'm saying? I think it was $130, bro, and you can end up getting 1 billion Hedron. So food for thought, monkeys. I remember I spent close to about, what was it? About $700, bro, one time. And Miguel had told us to get some. I'd spent about $700, bro, and it almost got me 1 billion Hedron. It wasn't even a whole billion, dude. So food for thought, monkeys. You know what I'm saying? Food for freaking thought. We got my amigo here, Karn. Man, I know I'm gonna dream about these dips in 2025. Fire straight. Hey, I appreciate it, Karn. And I agree with you, bro. The Hex ecosystem is so emotional. Man, the FOMO is going to be unreal when it runs. Yeah, dude. So, I mean, dude, that's what comes, bro, with the world's most highest appreciating asset, bro. I remember the same thing in the Shiba Inu freaking in the Shiba Inu group, bro. People were freaking super damn freaking bullish and bearish, bro. That's just the way it is when you put your freaking money on freaking volatile tokens like that, dude. So food for thought, homies, food for thought. Karn is emphasizing 1 billion P Hedron for $122. Look at those numbers, bro. That is some damn good freaking pricing, bro, on Hedron. You know what I'm saying? So let's move on to the final token of the day, cats. And we always cover the Pulse Chain ecosystem here. And let's see where we're at on freaking Pulse Chain, homie. turn these suckers off. Turn this Bollinger Band off. Current value of pulse chain, bro. We are quickly approaching this green box area, and that is 4 zeros and a 9.6. The top portion of the green box area is 4 zeros and a 9.3, dude. These prices are freaking amazing, dude. Now, mind you, it wasn't like when we had our opportunities down here, bro, buying our pulse chain in this area. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, it's still a damn good price, and it's probably going to do pretty damn well. If we activate our moving averages, the immediate area we do have as resistance to the upside is a 10-day. The 50 is not really mean anything. The 100 either, bro. Maybe the 200 here at the bottom of the green box. That's usually the case because all of these tokens are operating in tandem because they are within the pulse chain ecosystem, and with Hart's law, bro, they all move in tandem. So food for thought, monkeys. It is at a good value. Of course, I won't be buying more pulse chain. I am hoping it does dip more, so I get a little better freaking price values on Hedron and Fame, and I could use that to cultivate my bags and end up getting more freaking pulse chain, if anything, or Pulse X. You know what I'm saying? Now, for you guys that don't have any pulse chain and you want to get into it, this is not financial advice, but if you don't have any, I would recommend, I would get some right now if it was me, if I did not own any pulse chain. Now, if you've already got a pulse chain bag, then you can afford to do a little bit more risky plays like freaking Fame and Hedron. So food for thought, monkeys. That's the deets we got on this shit right now. Let's see what it looks like on the weekly. Let's see. Now, oh, look at this shit. Now, I've got the 5-period moving average on, and it's this yellow line right here. And this is a little trick that I use before I ape into any fucking chain. Usually, when you pierce past the 5-day moving average, shortly after, 1, 2, or 3 days later, you end up going above it. So, with the piercing that we got of the 5-period moving average we got yesterday, we did pierce it with a wick. So, I'm expecting us to start reversing pretty damn soon and going to the upside. So, food for thought, monkeys. If this current candle right now ends up drawing a candle body like this, then you've officially got a hammer right there, and that's or usually a reversal signal, and we'll start running up. Now, mind you, this candle that we're on right now is UTC time based. So, of course, we still got a whole freaking what? We got about 20 hours to go, bro, to see where this ends up closing, 7 o'clock Central Standard. So food for thought, monkeys. If this turns into a freaking wick here at the bottom, bro, and it stays the way it is, that is a hammer and will probably end up reversing. And as for the 5-period moving average, we have pierced it. So that means maybe we'll get another day of oscillation or maybe just a day, and then the following day we'll probably run to the upside. So food for thought, cats. Food for freaking thought, man. It is at a good value, especially if you're not holding any of this. You know what I'm saying? I was just kind of hoping we get more of a dip. I would like us to come back into this green box area of about 4 zeros and an 8.5. You know what I'm saying? People tell me all the time, Boogie, you're freaking crazy, bro. Why the hell do you want freaking the Hex ecosystem to freaking keep going down? Like, dude, more buying opportunities. You know what I'm saying? And I guess because I came into the crypto system or into the crypto space in late 2021 towards the end, you know what I'm saying, of the bull market. And I got to see some fundamentals, bro, but I've never been in this portion of the bull run with bags full. You know what I'm saying? So food for thought, cats. That's why I like to see these dips, because it gives me more buying opportunities. And whenever I see something on the charts, it ends up hitting the low that I hope for, and I buy it, dude, that is maximum euphoria for me, because I know I'm going to end up doing pretty damn well with the rest of the freaking crypto space. And again, guys, being freaking redundant, bro, this is why you got to be part of a tribe. I know some of you cats like being lone wolves and shit like that. You like operating by yourselves, but you got to be part of a tribe, bro, because the tribe lets you know what's going on. And people are getting data from all sources all at once, and they're bringing it into one circle, and then you're consuming that data, and you're seeing that things are freaking actually pretty bullish. You know what I'm saying? And when other people are freaking motivated about freaking getting their bags pumping, guess what you're going to do, bro? Especially when it's dumping and stuff like that. Hence why I've always advised be part of a group like the Citadel or the Crypto Mindset course, or even these cats at the DGen Roundtable. You know what I'm saying? So, food for thought, cats. You got to be part of groups like that, or even Sloth's group. You know what I'm saying? You got to have people communicating with you. You know what I'm saying? To see how it's all freaking, see how it's freaking doing. You know what I'm saying? Now, Ascending Man is asking me, what's your DGen opinion on Pulse Chain? Well, reviewing the charts, man, and breaking down or like talking with Twinkie Bro and breaking down 33 cents that he came up with. Of course, I helped him with that. I asked him certain questions. I added how many more wallets are going to come into the system by ratio and stuff like that. We came up with a number of about 33 cents. But on the charts alone, man, I'm looking at Pulse Chain possibly going from 3 cents to 8 cents. That's what I think it's going to go to. You know what I'm saying? I do. Miguel is a little bit more bearish, and I understand where Miguel's coming from on that. He has to be a little bit more bearish because he wants to make sure you guys make some bank, bro. Because I mean, the guy knows what he's talking about. He doesn't want you cats to get wrecked. So I would say anywhere from freaking 3 cents to 8 cents, bro. Pulse Chain could go there. Now, mind you, I'm not gonna hold on to those bags, bro, till it goes all the way up to 3 cents to 8 cents, bro. I'm gonna DCA out, bro. I'm not gonna play this shit stupid and get freaking wrecked. You know what I'm saying? So, food for thought, monkeys. Make sure you guys play it safe. Make sure you guys join a group like the Cats DGen Roundtable. They do have their own Telegram chat. You've also got the Citadel. They've also got their own Telegram chat, man, with Miguel and Charlie, and they're about to announce their next crypto mindset. And then you've also got Sloths group over there, man. I think it's called the Treehouse. I'm part of that one too, man. So, food for thought, cats. I think Access Live also has one. I think he also has a group, man. That's pretty squared away. Access Live has a different method of doing technical analysis. He likes using fractals a little bit more. His shit is dope, though. You know what I'm saying? Him and Charlie, they're good freaking data points to obtain on how do you fuck with technical analysis of anything. You know what I'm saying? So, do me a favor, cats. Like the video. Subscribe to my channel. I see 18 people here. I would at least like to see 18 more freaking subscribers, 18 more likes. Help me beat this YouTube algorithm. YouTube doesn't like me. Doesn't like the fact that I got these guns back here and I show you videos like freaking Married with Children and I give you my opinions on weaponry and things like that. So, food for thought, cats. Like my video, share this video, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. All the deets are below. Subscribe to my channel, hit the freaking ring bell. You know what I'm saying? The little freaking bell thingy so you can get my notifications when I'm going live. And I will catch you cats on the flip side. Peace.